Yeah.
Down to the wire right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Down to the garbage wire.
Down to the garbage wire. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen, for Thursday, March 22nd, 2018. Talking Trends, back at it again.
Yes, sir, in the crapola weather.
Very crappy weather, but not as bad as the advertisements people would make it to seem.
Buddy.
With the warnings, the emergency signals going out on the radio yesterday.
We posted that up yesterday. Like it was a red alert. World was coming to an end yesterday.
The apocalypse is here.
Yeah, it's over. Like the world's coming to an end, and then they're like, we're getting rain.
Yeah, no.
We got a little more than rain, but I mean, when all the school boards, they all shut down across the province except for Halifax. Was the only one.
So all the kids today in Halifax had to go to school.
They got to go to school.
Man.
Yep. So that's the way it is. But anyway, be safe out there.
Yeah, get home safe, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again for tuning in, Talking Trends. If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
If your first time tuning in, myself and Tony find engaging news stories from around the globe and bring them to the comforts of your home.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike any other podcast, this is live. So we can get people knocking at the door, asking for garbage any and every episode.
At any moment.
At any moment, ladies and gentlemen. But if that's the case, we want to hear your opinion and your comments, of course. And if we miss anything, send us in any news stories that you want to talk about. Right?
Yes. Agreed.
But first, before we get into the show, we have a special guest who goes by the name of Kayo.
Yeah, in the house.
Longtime friend.
In the house.
He's throwing up gang signs.
I don't know why.
You could do it right now again.
No.
You good? You good? What's going on, brother?
Good, man. Good.
Always good
Glad
to see you.
here.
Yes, man. In from the dot.
Actually, I just came from Trinidad.
Oh, there you go.
Another T-dot, if you will.
Ooh.
Well
That's
played.
angle. Like that. All right.
That's what me and Tony call it.
That's what we call it. I don't know what you call it,
don't know
but
what you guys
that's what
call
we
it.
be about, you know.
Yeah, man. But yeah, good to be here.
Nice.
In the midst of this weather,
Nice.
nonetheless. It's
Get a
still
little
good
closer to the microphone there, Kayo.
Still good to be here,
Hey, there you
despite the weather.
Nice. Yeah. Apologies on the weather front.
Jeez, I thought I skipped the winter, but I clearly missed a month.
We thought we were coming to an end.
We went from Trinidad to here.
Yeah.
And there's a bad
I
move,
thought
man.
I-
You should go right back. I'm telling you right now.
We honestly thought we were at the end of winter.
We thought it was over, man.
And this is the first week of spring, supposedly.
Yeah, 2 days ago was the first day of spring.
Someone should have told Spring.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up, Spring?
Yeah.
Thank you for being here today, brother. Appreciate it.
Yes, we got some good stories. We'll talk about those and what you're up to, and we're gonna have a good time today.
We'll get around
Kick
it.
it.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Let's go. Today we're going to be talking about an interesting story, a local story for once.
Yeah, got some juicy local news.
Some people went to Cuba, had a horrible experience.
Easy vacation from hell.
Happens to everybody. Well, not everybody.
A lot of
What
people.
happened?
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk
in a
about
second.
that.
And then after that, there's an interesting story coming from the United States where a fruit vendor, he unfortunately got beat up real bad. But thankfully his GoFundMe page has taken off like crazy. And we'll talk about that momentarily.
Yes.
Then back to an interesting story that Tony has. A guy calls 911 from the hospital.
Yep.
Service wasn't good enough at the hospital, so he calls 911 from the hospital to get seen.
To get seen, he leaves ER to go get seen. Yep.
And lastly, but not leastly, this man pictured here on your screens, ladies and gentlemen, he became a millionaire. All he had to give up was 30 years of his life in jail.
That's not a good trade-off.
It's not the best trade-off if
No.
you're going to ask me.
I'm not down for that.
So yeah, those are the subjects we're going to be talking about today on Ye Old Talking Trends. I don't know if you want to do any kind of roll call right now, Tony, or we could do that later.
We can do that. People jumping on. I like it. See Lauren on there. Alyssa, Tracy, Chris, Ben, Carrie, Julie, all in the house. Yogi's in the house, as always.
Hey.
Your boy's in the house. Simon, Tyrone. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
We really appreciate this, and
You know your boy was going to be on there. He's always on there.
Yeah, we in a WhatsApp group too at the moment, so they're currently roasting me already.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's it. I love it.
let's go, Tony. Let's hit him with the. Oh yeah, wait. Actually, no. Keep going. Keep going with the story. Let's go. Let's go with the Cuba.
What are you gonna do? All right.
We'll do it at the end of the show.
All right, let's do it at the end of the show. Anyway, yeah, this is a nightmare vacation. I don't know if you guys have ever had a unpleasant vacation experience where there are two ladies here from Halifax that had, wow, probably one of the worst trips I've ever heard. You hear this rundown. This is a nightmare. So there was two friends. One lady, Charette, with a friend, went to Cuba last week, and virtually everything that could go wrong went wrong. It all started when they had major issues with the housekeeping at their hotel. So they were in, I think this was, Cuba. Playa Kayo Coco is where they were. They quoted saying there were lineups at the hotel, at least 8 or 9 people deep, complaining about the same situation. No toilet paper, no clean towels, no working phones. I don't know what kind of hotel this is.
This is a 1-star?
This is how they started off the vacation. Like, how do you start off with no toilet paper? That's a problem straight out the gate. On the third day, of the trip, a man stole her bag from her lounger on the beach with her passport and money. Quote, she said he put it in his duffel bag and walked over to the corner and started counting her money. Then she said he physically took out my money out and started counting it, and then he put his passport in his back pocket. He was caught by security, of course, at that point. Now, this is the scary part, right?
Wow.
So she said the man had other stolen passports from other vacationers from Switzerland, Australia. So he was obviously making his rounds on that beach day. Police got involved, obviously, and she said that's where she became even more scared. You'd figure she'd be better after that, but she got more scared. She said, quote, saying, they placed me in the front seat of the car, of the police car, the same car where he was in the back seat, the person who did all the stealing, and there was no police officer in the car at the time, and the man was not cuffed. So he's in the back seat, she's in the front seat, he's not cuffed, there's no cop anywhere in the vicinity, he's not even in the car. Police later searched the man and found a knife on him. What? So he's there, he's armed, he's in the car with the lady he just robbed, she's sitting in the front freaking out. And this is the weirdest part. The local authorities made Charette, who's the lady in the story, wait at jail for 7 hours while they dealt with the theft case. 7 hours she's sitting there waiting for this guy.
Oh, God.
The man from Moran, a community about an hour away from the place where she was. Police wanted Charette to go to Moran the next day, where the matter was going to be dealt with. So they wanted her to go all the way to his hometown, which is insane in itself. They quoted saying, "They said I might be detained for 2 weeks until his trial." I don't know. It doesn't get better. That they could take my passport and not allow me to leave. So she's now becoming the criminal. She can't even leave the place.
Tried to steal it.
This is nuts.
Bro.
To make matters worse, after return to the resort from the jail, Charette was unable to make calls because the phone in her room still did not work. She was stuck there with no money, wasn't sure if she would be able to get off the island, and on top of it all, was coming down with a case of strep throat.
Unbelievable.
She texted her boyfriend back in Nova Scotia, where they contacted the Canadian embassy in Cuba. They told them to tell Charette not to go to the police in Moran.
That sounds like a setup.
I know. She should instead get to the nearest embassy or consulate. They would require lengthy drives to Havana or Veradero to get there, of course. Yeah. So.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not saying don't go to Cuba. I've been to Cuba.
I've been to Cuba three, 4 times.
I've never had, and I'm not familiar with this particular resort.
My phone's worked. I didn't have an issue with toilet paper.
Yeah. Like if I got there and those were the first few things that I noticed,
I'm going. I'm on the next plane,
dude. I'll probably go to the resort down the road or somewhere else.
Yeah, because they're usually next door to each other.
Yeah, like just find another one.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't call them because there's no phone. Like, holy moly, that sounds like a 1-star down there. That sounds like a 1-star.
That sounds like a no star.
That sounds like a 0-star.
That doesn't sound like a hotel.
Here's my thing.
No, it doesn't.
I'm just trying to figure out who she got this package from, this vacation package from, and will she get a refund? I don't know if it was talked about in the article. And yeah, I'm more concerned if she gets a refund. I guess can't believe
should sue them, bro.
That's right.
At that point,
I think the other thing is depending on whether she booked it online. Some things these things are weird, man. When you book them online, you get all these discounts because of whatever the case. If it's a discount place, if it's a 2-star, 3-star, you don't go through an agent. So sometimes the policies are like, we're not responsible for anything happens at the resort, whatever the case may be.
Right.
If it's through an agent, it might be a different situation, right? Julie says they should have went on the gay cruise instead.
Shouts out, Tony. Give me props for the gay cruise. for cruise
Kayo,
day.
if you don't know, we dressed the same the other day. Was 2 days in a row?
2 days in a row.
2 days in a row. So
On
people
purpose?
thought, yeah, no, not at all. But people
Sure.
thought we were going on some sort of a gay
Yeah,
cruise. That was the word. Jonathan
has
is.
just been trying a thing, you know, like.
It's 2018.
We're okay today. Jonathan says Cuba's getting worse every single day. Lisa's saying, "Poor girl, what a sin." I agree. What a bad experience to have to go
What would
through.
you, in all honesty, we judge from afar and we talk all this ish
Easy.
when it doesn't happen to us. Well, what would you honestly do in this situation? You get there, you go. For you especially, you got your family.
Oh, buddy, listen.
You get there, no toilet
Yeah.
paper. The phone doesn't work. Someone tries to steal steals your money, your passports.
I wouldn't make it to that point.
Nah,
I would never
I'd be
reach that
out,
point.
I would be out the day I realized there's
Yeah.
no toilet paper in the phone. So
You
why
get
am I
there.
here?
You get there. You go to your room. No towels. No toilet paper and no phone.
Out,
Yeah,
out.
Buddy.
We'll figure it out.
You go figure it out.
this is true.
You wouldn't stay there. There's no way.
I mean,
Oh, you would not.
Not if you have options. I
No
mean, I know
toilet
you're in a foreign country and thing, but I mean, nah.
No
we'll
toilet
figure
paper?
that shit out.
yeah, there's the
I know
ocean.
you're au natural, but listen,
there's the ocean,
that's
gentlemen.
the ocean. It's not a bidet.
It's my bidet for a week.
Oh, baby. Kelly says, "How about them Bruins?"
Shouts out to
There
the
you go.
Bruins.
All right.
Clinch that playoff spot, baby.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be a good year. I think you know what? We're gonna do well this year.
There you go.
Anyway.
Carrie says you need to read the fine print. Lauren says it's all about the city you stay in and what resort you book. Do your research. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. It happened to one of our friends. Shouts out Ben. I don't know if he's still in the chat.
Ben was in
he
here.
He had an interesting situation last year, I think, at a resort
Yeah, he just-
where a slew of things happened, pretty much almost up to par to what happened to these guys when they went. And I don't know if he got his money back from his Sunwing.
Yeah, I don't know. Ben,
vacations.
what happened in that situation? He just posted up now. He's saying, don't forget last year he was there and they had no water the entire time. No running water the whole time he's there. People were bathing in the pool. Like, that's gross. So that's
See?
a whole different situation.
You guys make fun of me because I want to go in the ocean.
Oh.
All right,
They
now
had
so-
toilet paper. They had toilet paper.
You guys could all bathe together in the pool.
Oh,
You could
boy.
catch me in the ocean.
Simon says never third party anything. You're just asking for trouble. For example, the promises Expedia and Travelocity offer might not even coincide with what the offer is at the resort. So yeah, be careful. I mean, people book through those.
You see those cheap
all the
you see
time,
the
man.
cheap vacations, and I mean that's what we do as humans now. We look for the best deal, and it's always out there.
It's tough.
And
man.
I
It's
know
tough.
you do want to jump at like the $300, $400
I know.
vacations.
Years ago, I switched over. I use a travel agent. She's great. It doesn't usually end up costing much more.
Like 10,
And
15% more.
These guys, I mean, these travel agents, they travel to the resorts. They travel. They'll go,
Right.
listen, this is the best one. I've been there. They'll vouch for it because they've physically been there. And they also have a policy in place that also protects you a little bit.
Yeah.
So, get a travel agent, people. Don't be cheap.
Something.
Unless you want no toilet paper and you want to be robbed.
or unless honestly,
and no towels.
I mean,
I got to be fresh.
who
I
does?
mean, I wouldn't even really trust travel agents, to be honest with you.
Oh, here you go. Who are you going to trust, man?
You got to do it yourself. You got to do your research and do it yourself. I mean, I've had some bad experiences with travel agents recently, so
Okay,
maybe
right.
I'm just a little jaded.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I understand that too, because like as you said, some of them travel, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think all of them travel to those places. I think a lot of them
No.
are in it for the dollar.
Yeah.
But I mean, if there's somebody that you trust, then yeah, go with someone who's had a good track record of booking vacations.
Absolutely, man. I think with you used to do your research. Probably ask people you know.
Yeah, reference. Yeah,
Where
get
have
some
you been?
references.
Exactly.
That's
For
probably
sure.
the best. They've been there, and they're not going to lie to you straight up, right? Ben says he's not allowed to talk about it. He's over it. Oh, the NDA just kicked in.
Ooh.
So, yeah,
Oh,
that's
son.
it. Anyway, be careful, people, when you're booking your vacation. Now is the time of year you feel like running away. Just make sure you're going someplace better than where you're coming from.
This is true.
Make sure you bring toilet paper with you.
Something.
Towels.
Oh my God.
And towels.
Listen, guys. The ocean's right there.
Dude,
I'm still sticking by the
you're
ocean.
polluting the ocean, baby.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Circle of life.
Right?
Oh, boy. All right, let's move on. I
We're-
can't deal with it.
We're moving on to our next story.
Moving on up.
Actually, I don't know.
No, we're moving on down.
Kind of. It's It's interesting. It tugs at all emotions, and it's a roller coaster as such.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a fruit vendor who was attacked and viciously beaten. I put his picture up to give you some levity on the situation. So a GoFundMe account has been established for a fruit vendor who was viciously attacked in downtown Los Angeles Sunday morning. The attack was so severe, doctors told the man's family it will take him about 6 months to recover. Reyes was setting up his peanut cart when a group of 4 men and women rushed at him and 2 other street vendors. So he wasn't the only one, but he took the brunt of the attack, clearly. He immediately threw whatever cash he had at the muggers and ran. So not only there was the stick up. Yep. He gave him the cash, but the muggers were like, we're just going to beat you anyway.
Wow.
Makes no sense. If they wanted the money, they got the money. Why did they have to go and beat him almost senseless? The stepson said. Reyes, the stepson, was Reyes was unconscious when he arrived at the California hospital, and he had no longer had his big voice that his family said was so full of energy. For somebody who's so warm-hearted and charismatic to be going through this, it's just tragic, his stepson said. Officials said the 2 other vendors who were attacked did not suffer serious injuries, thankfully. This man's stepson says his stepfather is a hardworking man from Mexico who has no health insurance. He works 7 days a week as a roofer, Monday to Saturday, and a fruit vendor on Sundays. Wow. So the guy's just like nonstop working. And then to top it all off, the great land of USA, some muggers come up and beat this guy half to death from what it looks like. But thankfully, they set up a GoFundMe page after this happened, since he had no insurance. And you know how medical expenses in the States can cripple people. They set a goal, I think, of $5,000 originally. Yeah. And last time I checked, it was over $145,000.
Man.
So hopefully that takes care of the medical expenses, and he has a little bit something to play with afterwards, so he doesn't have to work 7 days a week, doing roofing and then go back.
No days off, man.
No days off. I mean, who wants to go back to your cart after that kind of experience, right?
And what happened? The other vendors, what happened with those guys?
They didn't get it as bad. Okay. They didn't get any reportable injury, so clearly they didn't have to go to the hospital. I mean, if you're not insured, I'm not going to go to the hospital.
No, and they didn't jump in to try to help because they were getting. Yeah, well, they're all there. There must have been a lot of vendors there too. Like, you don't jump in and help the fellow man, or what happened?
Who knows? It's this interesting situation. You know what? Sometimes that's called. It's an interesting thing. It's called the bystander effect, Tony.
True.
Lots of people will stand around and do absolutely
wait for
nothing.
Somebody to do something.
It's called the bystander.
No one does anything.
That's old school coming back at me.
That's illegal in some states.
Well, it's illegal in some states, some places, especially if you are a person who holds, let's say if you're like a paramedic or a police officer.
Legally obligated.
You have to have, you're obligated to help these people. But I mean, it's this thing that happens all the time, unless somebody takes charge and starts delegating duties for people to do. Most people stand around.
Right.
You see it all the time when you drive by an accident on the highway.
Yep.
The rubberneck. It's just you're just watching it from afar.
True.
So and then that's probably what happened in the situation. And I mean, like, as I asked before, like, we would say what we would do because the story, it's not happening to us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easiest for us to say like, oh yeah, I would jump in, but you don't know if these guys had knives, weapons.
That's true.
I would like to think I would jump in to help the guy out if I saw somebody getting like the boots put to him. But I mean, if it's clearly all pandemonium, and I mean, I might just save myself. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're in those situations, you never really know. I guess, right?
Yeah.
Elisa says, I bet the other vendors planned it. I don't know about that.
Oh my gosh. Like some kind of embargo?
Maybe. I don't know.
You never know, though.
Potentially. Maybe the guy was moving like major enchiladas. You got to get the guy out of there. I don't know.
He's moving crazy peanuts.
Maybe moving some major numbers there. You got to go.
Major peanuts. The guy was selling peanuts, ladies and gentlemen.
The vending business is a cutthroat business, people.
That guy moving weight.
Yeah. But it's a good thing that he got that. It's good that they raised that much money. He deserves it, man. He's got to pay his own medical expenses, so that's going to be like, good Lord, a lot.
He already works 7 days a week. He would literally be working 7 days a week until.
You're saying 6 months of recovery?
6 months of recovery, at least.
Yeah, man, and it ain't cheap down there in the hospital. So,
no.
And with no medical coverage at all,
you're toast. Well, not you're toast, but it's hard, man. Even for the working citizen.
Well, here's the good thing. I mean, even if they couldn't jump in at the time, it's good that other people that weren't there were able to donate money and help him with the cause afterwards, to help him out afterwards. It's all good. But hopefully he's back to full capabilities. And selling peanuts once again.
Kayo getting roasted or something over there.
You getting roasted by your boys?
What's going on? The guys on his cell phone getting roasted.
Just blasted him, I think. They won't come on here and say nothing. See, I'm not reading anything over here.
I gotta just put that down.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
All right.
So yeah, what do you got coming down the pipeline, sir?
What do you got, man? What's a new project?
Yeah.
Exciting times. Exciting times.
So is that what it's called?
No.
Exciting times. Okay, cool.
No. So I got an album coming out. I mean, I'm gonna just get to the chase right away. I got an album coming out next month, April 13th, actually. It's called Winter in St. Lucia, and the first single comes out next week.
Nice.
And I'm very, very excited.
Video and audio treatment.
I think I'm gonna stagger it. I'm gonna release the single,
Cool.
and then I'm gonna release the video.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, man. So, yeah.
Soon, man. It's coming out soon.
Very soon.
Nice.
It's very soon.
I like
we
it.
just want to build some momentum right away. I mean, it was supposed to be like in the winter that I wanted to kind of put it out,
Right.
and really like play with the juxtaposition of the winter and
For sure.
living in St. Lucia a lot of the times. But it's still perfect time because it's cold as shit here, so it's great.
Hey, did you just swear, sir?
Nah.
Oh, you said.
I thought you did.
I thought you said coldish.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, cold.
Nah, you did
That's
not.
what I said.
I so saved you right now.
I'll take that.
I thought that's what he said.
I thought it was something
You hear
else.
something else?
I heard
I'll
it's
take
something
that
else.
pass. I'll take that one
Okay.
pass.
Okay, take that.
For those who don't know, we're me, myself, and Tony, and Kayo
Yeah, he decided.
have taken part of a March challenge where anytime we swear, we have to do 10 push-ups. So
I only started today,
Yeah.
like right now.
yeah,
right
but
now.
this second.
But I'm with it.
yeah, so no swearing.
Karen saying push-ups.
That's what I thought. I thought I heard
What
something.
did he say? I don't know. Did he say something bad?
Yes, sir, with the S.
You heard one thing. I heard the other thing.
Yeah, I think
There
he's
we
gonna
go.
do
All
it.
right, good
Hey,
man.
just bang
There
10
we
out.
go. Karen, he's
There we
going to
go.
do some push-ups for
Okay. 1, 2,
you. Let's go.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice and slow, Kale. You get the slow stroke.
Ooh,
All right,
daddy.
Yes, all
All
right.
right. There we go.
Glad
Good
to
man.
get-
Good to his word. Good
There
to
we
his
go.
word.
Ladies, the stroke on this guy's push-ups is
Fix your stuff up there now.
Woo.
There you go.
Interesting.
She gave it a double thumbs up. She said, "All right, cool."
There we go.
See?
We apologize we didn't have the push-up cam at the.
He did them. Trust me, he did them.
Yeah, we watched.
He's all straight now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Next story, ladies and gentlemen. This is
Another local one.
interesting.
Another weird one kind of chimes into the healthcare system in Canada, specifically here in Halifax. Weird story, man. Really strange. David Doucette says he would be dead if he hadn't resorted to leaving a Halifax emergency room last July following repeated attempts to be admitted and then called 911 in a desperate search for medical help, only hours after he was returned to hospital by ambulance.
Ambulance.
Ambulance. The Halifax man was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. There was doubt he would survive the night. His hematologist, described him as a sickest patient she had ever seen survive. Quote saying, "I guess it wasn't my time yet," he said. He's 52 years old. "To me, being here, it's unacceptable. And I'm sure every Nova Scotian would say the same thing. Political critics and doctors in Nova Scotia have warned repeatedly that some patients could fall through the cracks because the doctor shortage in Nova Scotia. It's a huge problem here. It's been a problem here for a long time."
It's okay. Sorry.
It's a problem in St. Lucia as well.
Yeah.
Is it big down there too, right? It's a big
Oh my
situation.
God. Mhm.
Yeah.
The ill treatment of it's just it's not a good look.
No. It seems to be a problem in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd expect at least like this is a first world
First world country.
Yeah,
You know
right?
what I mean? Like you'd expect better.
Yeah.
Here's
in a
my
place like
thing.
especially Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like.
absolutely.
I don't know if there's any more to the
Go ahead.
article. Here's my thing with the whole like there's not enough doctors.
Right.
Yes, I agree there's not enough doctors.
Yes.
But you know what's like anything, people abuse this system and a lot of systems. A lot of people come in to the ER and other medical practices with the absolute dumbest things that hurt the system. And it really hurts the people that actually need the proper care.
Right.
And then, I mean, like population alone, comparative, like just a general population to doctors, it's staggering for them to, like, people to be like, oh, there's not enough. I mean, like, I don't know how many doctors are here in Nova Scotia,
I don't know
per se.
exactly,
But I mean, if you have a population of Nova Scotia that's in the hundreds of thousands, then yeah, there's going to be some slowdown because there's going to be people who are coming in with the most mundane stuff, like colds, going into the ER emergency room, expecting to get seen, and then you got a gentleman like this who has a serious problem or whatever. He kind of gets pushed down, and I don't know. It is a mess. The system is a mess.
Jeanette chimes in. Jeanette used to be a nurse. I know her for a fact. She said the population's grown, but the services haven't. She left nursing because she was mandated overtime every single day. So she had no choice.
That's another thing.
Which is crazy, right?
I never agreed with the overtime.
No family doctors to consult with for treatment at all. So, I mean, yeah, it's like you said, population's growing.
Population's growing. There's just not enough help for the influx of population.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So
he's angry with how he was handled, obviously, in the ER. So he went to the ER, couldn't get seen, left the hospital, dialed 911. That's how he actually got admitted into the hospital.
That's crazy.
Which is nuts. And that's not free either. The ambulance is, what, $160, $70?
Depends. Yeah, $150 to $200.
Yeah. So, on Monday, though, they did announce, the provincial government announced nearly $40 million for physicians raised and other incentives in an effort to recruit and retain more doctors. So that's a lot of money, obviously. Hopefully that does the trick.
Yeah.
These situations, like I've experienced it myself, especially with my kids, go to the IWK, try to get in the ER and try to get admitted. Man, I've sat there literally 5-6 hours, and I know people out there have sat even longer than that. But you're right. I think you got to cut down. And I know you want to be, extra careful for your kids and stuff, but you know what? You know what a cold is. You know what a flu is.
For sure.
It's pretty basic things to go get taken care of.
Yeah. And I get that people don't want to play with their lives, and and there's some other, like, people kind of take things to the extreme, like, oh my God, I think I'm dying, I got to go get seen. And
I get it, man.
I mean, I understand it, but honestly, it taxes the system, though.
But that's like that's ER. That's emergency services. Like,
exactly.
This is an emergency. You have a cold. That's not an emergency.
No, it's not. That's where you take a couple days rest, give your doctor a call. You know what? Even call a pharmacist.
Would that be, then even that being said, like, even to get a family doctor, it's hard to get. There's not enough of them.
No,
the walk-in clinics, which we were talking about before the show, you could go to one, two, or three of them, and you can't get in. So the whole system just definitely needs a lot more staffing, for sure, without doubt.
Yeah.
But,
more staffing and maybe like better regulations in a way. Like you were saying, like if it's a flu, it's a cold, those type of things are like treatable at a level where they don't need to go for those facilities.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So maybe we just need to get something in place for that, so that there's a level that people who are dealing with, minor illnesses or whatever can go to, and then there's a tier for.
Right, I understand what you're saying.
Without doubt, man.
And then see, with that, I agree. Yeah. There should be, but then there's other. Under that, it would have to be really scrutinized because, like, for a person with me, like me, who has asthma, if I get a cold, it is something a little bit different, or what have you.
But it's different. You have asthma.
Yeah, I know.
Like, it could be life-threatening.
Right, yeah. And then that's where you could definitely add that into, like, the tier, as Kayo was saying, being like, okay, if you have certain diseases that when you do get sick, you should come in for sure and get this checked out before your symptoms are exacerbated or what have you. But I mean, a lot of people would argue, like, well, where's my free choice in going and just getting, free healthcare and such like that.
Right.
Again, it's a messy situation, a messy system. It needs a lot of work, like a lot of infrastructures here all around the world, not just here in Nova Scotia. But ladies and gentlemen, just take care of yourself, eat healthy, work out every now and then, swear, then do 10 push-ups.
Jeanette says you're going to see the nursing scope expand, so maybe a lot of that money will go there.
And that's another thing that's a great thing is they're allowing people who are taking health positions, they're allowing education so they can take on more on their scope. So now exactly where you would have to go get your flu shot from your doctor, pharmacists can now do it now. And nurses are being able to do it. And I think that should be the case with a lot of more health professionals. They should offer these courses so the pressure is a little bit more alleviated and your scope of practice is expanded.
Emmeline says also we have free health care and walk-in clinics ask the peanut vendor what he thinks of our healthcare system. Oh,
Damn.
Boom.
I don't even. just shut down the show there.
I don't know what to say.
Drop mic.
Yeah. Damn. Well,
I'm not gonna do it.
Shouts out the peanut vendor. He's still doing good.
I like peanuts.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen,
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Good comment.
Yeah. Good comment.
God love you.
Finally, I like my time. Kayo, you like your time?
I do love my time.
Tony, you like your
I
time?
value
like
my
time.
time very much.
All right, so check this out. Tennessee man wrongly jailed for 31 years.
Man.
Finally becomes a millionaire. And I put an asterisk by millionaire, and I'll explain why. I don't think I'll have to explain right now.
Millionaire.
A Tennessee man wrongly jailed for more than 31 years has been awarded $1 million. So not really a millionaire. Lawrence McKinney, 61, of Wilson County, was exonerated after new DNA evidence led to his rape and burglary conviction to being overturned. McKinney then set out to receive the legal maximum of $1 million for wrongful imprisonment
That's the legal maximum
in Tennessee.
for wrongful
31 years.
Wow.
We'll get into it. It gets crazier. So McKinney's 1978 conviction in Memphis was overturned in 2009, and he was released from prison. An attorney said McKinney was given $75 upon release from prison.
Oh, man.
So he said, all my 20s, all my 30s, and 40s were taken from me. McKinney said, I didn't have any chance to build on something for myself. McKinney couldn't seek compensation until Governor Bill Haslam exonerated him on December 20th. So here's the breakdown of the award. The initial payment of is $1 million. $353,000 goes to his attorneys.
Hello.
What?
Whoa.
There's
a third of it.
So then the remainder, $647,000, in a monthly annuity that will pay McKinley $3,350 per life, starting May 1st. So like every month
per month
he'll get
$3,300.
$3,300 for a guaranteed 10 years. So I mean, if he has any kids or what have you, family members, and he like unfortunately passes away, they can inherit this.
Oh, they can still,
He'll
okay.
continue to get this money, I think, until he passes away, even if after the 10 years. But 31 years?
What is that?
I'm not sure what's going on up there.
It's either a garbage man or something's coming down.
It's all right.
How did they end up? He ended up getting out. What did they find evidence?
DNA.
Took 31 years to find DNA evidence. I'm sure DNA was around a lot longer than that.
Smell a setup.
Something is not good here.
Setup.
Listen,
Something smells,
$3,300 a month
dude.
after having his life destroyed.
No.
31 years?
Nah.
31 years.
See, the same way we're talking about, like, there should be tiers in the healthcare system, so to speak. There should be tiers for that kind of thing. Like, you spend 31 years, you should be awarded like $1 million each, like, decade of that.
Yeah.
Or something. Like, there should be
More than
tiers for
that.
that. More than that.
Absolutely. That's
But then how can you
ridiculous.
really, like, put a dollar sign on someone's time like that?
You know, you're right. You can't put a number on it. You can't. I mean, 31 years. How could you put that into a dollar figure? But
hard.
that seems very low.
Super low, especially then you hear where the other expenses went, like to the lawyers, like immediately, like, and you know
And they get a lump sum.
and that you know that's
they get a lump sum.
They get a lump sum,
Oh, yeah,
but
of
I
course.
gotta have this like monthly payment
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Nah,
doesn't make sense.
the compensation is no way adequate. My
No,
friends.
Karis is really sad. Of course, it's great that they pay people millions, but you can't do anything to give back the time. Obviously, Yogi chimes in.
Hey,
I take nothing
straight
less
up.
than nothing less than 10 mil.
absolutely.
So he's
None
right.
less.
I hear you.
That's the best thing you ever said in your life. We were waiting for you to come on, my man. So we got to do it.
You're too busy roasting me in a WhatsApp group. That's
Yeah,
why.
stop roasting your boy there on a private. Come out here in public and do it. Take it to the streets. Come on. It should be per year. Like every year that you spend wrongfully, maybe you
A
get
million.
There's
half
definitely-
$1 million
there's-
bucks every. I don't know.
And there's definitely been those cases where people have been cleared and innocent, and they have gotten paid more. Well, unfortunately, this is for some reason the maximum in Tennessee. So
just because of that particular state.
Just that state, and I was reading some other things about that state where if like some wrongful death, I think you only get like $200,000 to $300,000. So if some guy
and that state is cheap,
it's super cheap.
Jeez.
So ladies and gentlemen, I mean, try not to mess up in Tennessee.
Don't commit a crime.
Don't commit a crime.
Don't commit a crime.
Period.
Yeah, period.
Full stop.
If you can
but
avoid
if you
crime.
are going to, don't do it in Tennessee.
Cross the state line.
Yeah.
And go commit it somewhere else.
Exactly.
Well, we don't condone that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wow, that seems really low, especially for 31 years. That's a whole lifetime.
Yeah.
So
It is.
sad. I mean, the good thing he's out, I guess, but man, wow. There's no price you could put on a virtual lifetime of.
Sorry, I just heard the vacuum cleaner. I was thinking maybe for this show we should get the janitor to come in and vacuum.
He's our next special guest.
Wow.
for
We
sure.
should have him as a guest.
Yeah, we should get him on. Well, we should get him vacuum cleaning while during the show.
It's unfortunate. He doesn't speak very good English, unfortunately.
That's
all right.
Better.
It could be a better show. We don't speak very good English. Who the hell? I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. Yogi says, "Gee, thanks, Tony." Listen, you know you're my man. I don't know what you've been saying behind the scenes to your boy over here, but he's not happy with what
we can't put that on there.
No, we can't even put it on there.
It's all love.
Oh man. Anyway, hopefully the man lives a better life now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate though.
Sad.
Goddamn, 30 years.
You swore. Oh, dude. You always make it like right to the very
Let's
end,
go.
and then it comes. It's the same word too.
Let's
like it's
go.
his favorite word every single time.
Let's go.
It comes out every single time. Give us 10. Let's go.
Don't worry, I'll get it for y'all.
He almost. Yeah. Get
One
on-
second. Not yet. Not yet.
He's gonna
Not yet.
Instagram.
I had to get that shit.
All right. He's gonna. And now you said it too. Give me the phone. I'm gonna get. No, he doesn't even want to be in it. Is this Instagram?
It's Snapchat. You'll get the whole shit.
All right, let's go. I'm on. Look at these guys. Look at these two. Look. One can't. Look, there you go. Get it. Let's go. He swore, so he's got to do these push-ups. Look, the one leg. Look at this guy. Don't be showing off now. What's wrong with you? All right, there you go.
Man had one leg up.
You guys are out of breath and stuff over here. Oh man. Yogi called you. Yeah, he knows. He went to him. He called you out on it right away. Yogi's like, yo, he said that word again. Oh boy. Oh yeah. If you want to watch it, Karen's like, can we watch it? Yeah, go to your Instagram or your Snap.
I'll post it on Snapchat.
Go to Kayo Snap. It's on there. It's all on there. Yeah, what happened to the camera? Oh, we didn't. Oh, we put it over here.
Yeah, sorry.
At Kayo
Anyway,
Guevara.
it's all good. It's all good, people. I think that's it, right?
I think that will be it for today's show. But
All right.
Kayo, shouts out for coming through.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me,
Blessings,
guys.
man. Blessings.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate
And
it.
look out for the album, Winter in
April
St. Lucia.
13th. Check
April
out that
13th.
album, people. It's going to be fire as usual.
Yes, sir.
And you'll be here for ECMAs as well coming up.
Yes, absolutely.
Performing. All right. That's awesome, man.
Be a good time.
Amazing.
Loves it.
That's it. The weather's kind of crappy. You going to gym?
Yeah. I'm going to gym after this.
Yeah, brother.
Gotta go, man.
You're gonna get it. You're
still,
all right.
Still, how many more days left? Where are we at? The 22nd?
20
You got
9 more.
22nd today?
Today's,
Yeah.
so you posted it.
So 9.
Yeah.
9 more days. It's 10 days.
You're almost there.
Yeah. We're good.
That's dope.
Yeah.
It's very dope. I applaud you for that.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, we're going to get out of here.
We're going to get out of here.
While the getting's good.
Yeah.
Yes. Peace and love, guys.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, shouts out to Burger Week.
Yeah, dog. I wanted to ask you, actually,
Yeah. So,
there you
like,
go.
how did you become the face of Burger Week?
The question that's been plaguing mankind.
The man that doesn't eat meat.
for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
no.
like,
Yeah.
You don't eat burgers.
Yeah, I don't eat red meat, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Which was hilarious when I got approached for.
you had their billboards
This is-
everywhere.
Yeah. So you know what? It honestly came from. Have you ever seen the promotions I do for the Jam? Those videos.
Yeah.
Jam.
That's what started it.
Okay.
It's like, you know what? I think you'd be a good look for Burger Week, and then that was it. So shouts out to the Jam.
Yeah.
The Jam
Dope.
promos that we do.
When is the next one?
The next Jam celebrating 4 years, April 7th.
Nice.
It's going to be fire.
I won't be here.
No.
I'm sorry.
You set us up and then let us down,
you
buddy.
just it's all right. It's
I
okay.
really wanted to be there,
It is
though,
the time. It is
you
the
know.
time, though. It is the time.
It's okay. But yeah, it's 4 years, April 7th. Shouts out to
You're going to get a vegan burger somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna probably go to. I think.
But where is a good place to get a burger? Being the face of Burger Week.
I mean, depends on what you're looking for. Like,
Burger
just like
guy.
a really good burger. I mean, King of Donair had their two.
Come on, man.
This guy.
Listen, you guys want to
ladies and
see? You guys
gentlemen.
want to see a sad burger?
You need to go check out King of Donaire's
Can't
Instagram
call it
page.
sad, dog. You know,
It's not sad.
It's not a burger.
There's something out there for everybody.
No,
it might not
listen,
be for.
It's
for
delicious.
you or
Trust me, I would eat it in a second because it's delicious. I've had it.
We'll see.
Because I've had Donaire pizza, which is what this is. 2 pieces slapped together.
Well, no, it's it's
garlic slices.
garlic slices and donaire meat in the middle.
With donaire sauce.
You guys are
Yeah.
nuts. All right, Matt Boyle says the Carlton for a good burger.
True. I love the Carlton.
Kimchi burger, he says.
Okay.
Kimchi burger. He
Okay.
recommends. He works there, right? Matt works there. Matt Boyle.
Shouts out, Matt.
Shouts
you
out.
got to get back on the show, my brother.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Also, Ronaldo's has a good burger. I just saw their burger posted today. Vandal Donuts. I'm very interested in their burger.
Yeah, that could be
They
interesting.
have a burger.
Yeah, it's like a donut hybrid burger.
I like donuts and burgers.
It's like two worlds colliding.
You can't go wrong putting those together.
Yeah, there's a bunch of places. I'm gonna try out Envy, I think, tomorrow for lunch. Vegan spot.
Could be good.
Yeah.
Get yourself a burger week, folks.
Yeah,
If you're in Halifax,
I believe
check it out.
A lot of the proceeds go to Feed Nova Scotia, so
There
it's
you
a
go.
good thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Good vibe.
Do it.
Always good vibe. So without further ado, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow for Friday. Wrap up the day. Shouts out Kayo.
Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for stopping by. We'll be doing it at the same time, same channel. Oh, man, I want to swear so bad.
Don't do it. Be safe tonight. If you got to be out tonight, the weather's tricky. So
Yeah, if you don't got to be on, go out on the streets tonight, stay home. Make love. Make love to yourself. Order
make a burger.
Make a burger.
Make a baby.
Also,
Make a baby.
can we talk about one thing for 2 seconds, my friend?
What are you doing?
This is my Chris
in the world?
Hansen pose. Yo, so this Sunday, I said to myself, maybe I was going to challenge myself to making some cakes because I'm not a baker.
We go.
I'm not a baker of any sort.
What?
And then all of a sudden, my co-host and friend here told me he was like an amazing.
He's basically Cake Boss.
He's basically Cake Boss, and I was like, Tony, shut your mouth. There's no way you're good at baking.
Yeah.
Sure enough, he whips out his phone. Pause. And this is like,
Whoa.
He takes out his phone.
I don't whip out.
Anyway, show me some of the cakes that he presumably created.
Allegedly.
Created. And ladies and gentlemen, this man can apparently bake a mean cake.
Not just like a cake, like layers, like wedding cakes.
Yeah,
like all them things y'all see on Cake Boss.
That's a dark past that I'm escaping. No, you said you're baking a cake. I said I used to bake some cake, and I was curious to see what you were going to come up with. So
I don't know.
I gave you some inspirational pictures.
Yeah.
You know, and now I set the bar high for you.
You set it really high.
No, just make as long as it's delicious. That's all that matters. It's cake.
Fair enough.
Nobody cares.
Fair enough.
3 seconds after you present it to people, they cut it open. So
That's true.
cake all looks good on the inside.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Comes out as a poo at the end.
Wow.
Well, it does.
A burger,
Anyways.
burger cake.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's
Cake
today's
burger.
show. Shouts out to KO stopping by. Shouts out to the
Yeah.
Cake Boss. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Shout out to the janitor.
Shouts out to the janitor. We'll have him in vacuuming the floors live tomorrow. It's going to be a
Special
good
guest.
day.
Yeah, man.
All right, we out, ladies and gentlemen. Have
Peace.
a good day.